So good day everyone. We are the group 1 and we will be discussing about the proper procedures of mooring and anchoring. So the group 1 includes Argawanan, Ator, Avila, Balani, Bituon, Carcueva, Caro, Katipay, Celerihia, Contapay, Cristuta, Datuin, and Davis. So, why is communication important during anchoring and mooring operations? So, communication between the mooring team is a key part of mooring procedures. VHF, talkback systems, hand signals, and verbal communications are normally used. Be aware of any language barriers which can lead to miscommunication and unintended action that may result in an accident. Good communication skills are mandatory for overall safety, security, safe navigation, and shipping business. Incorrect or improper use of communication at sea can cause serious problems because shipping vessels can hold many tons of cargo or thousands of people, and they might not be located near a place where rescue is possible.
Prior to anchoring, the chief officer should be aware of: first, approximate anchoring position; second, method of approach; third, which anchor to use; fourth, depth of water; fifth, method of anchoring; sixth, final amount of chain cable to be lowered.
So I am Dikadik Tapay and my topic is about a snapback zone in a mooring operation. So as what you can see, the picture indicated the proper execution of the snapback zone. So in the right portion, this is the proper execution of the snapback zone. As what you can observe, so and also how to prevent accidents. So pictures indicated the proper execution of accidents and also the message above. And so the most common rest and mooring operation. So there is a lot common rest and mooring operation. So first is equipments. In equipments, we have a use of old damaged wire and poor equipment, poorly designed mooring system, no overview of mooring area, and hazard, tripping rest, sights not unlighted, so not clear. And also in work processes, lack of communication and planning, poor wire line handling. And to crew qualifications, lack of knowledge about the hazards, the job, unclear instruction, lack of information, and lack of supervision. And small untrained dock crew, and also ineffective onboard mooring training. Without identifying and understanding the dangers associated with snapback zone. So while on training, so we need to identify and understand the specific step by step on snapback zone to avoid this common rest of mooring operation. And also the crew concentration, stress, and fatigue. So while in mooring operation, we need to supervise our crew as a officer. So and ship safety culture, procedures not follow. So the procedures or the instruction not to be followed correctly. So that's why common rest in mooring. And standing in the wrong places, standing, walking on a bight, and walking over a wire, quick mooring versus safe mooring. So no rest assessment process prior to mooring operation. And also cluttered mooring area and cluttered dock. So in terms of weather, slippery dock, and also this is a pre-arrival meeting checklist. So this picture is a sample or a template sample pre-arrival meeting checklist and also evaluation checklist. That's all.
How an anchor holds the ship. When an anchor is dropped, the crown of the anchor is the first to hit the sea bottom. As the ship moves back, the flux takes its position and embeds itself into the seabed. It does not matter from what height the anchor is dropped, the crown will always hit the bottom first. The flux will only dig into the seabed once the ship moves up and flux are facing downwards into the sea bottom. Opposite happens when the pick up the anchors. When the chain is all picked up, the flux face upward and gets uprooted from the bottom.
Good day everyone, this is Decadet Argawanon, and for today's video I'm going to discuss about anchoring. So what is anchoring? Anchoring is as frequent operation on board as loading and unloading as cargo. And anchoring also is a routine job. A number of incidents during anchoring or while at anchor suggest that we might not have yet mastered the art of anchoring a ship effectively. And knowing about the correct anchoring procedures and their limitations is the best way to avoid anchoring related fatalities and damages.
Mooring. Mooring is the operation performed first and foremost by the deck crew as the ship reaches the port, but it is also one of the most difficult, complex, and dangerous jobs on board. Mostly, things turn out safely, but sometimes an accident occurs and this usually has severe consequences.
Good day everyone, good day sir. My name is Decadet Celeria Ronald Timbal. My topic is all about before letting go anchor. So, 1. The chief officer shall confirm that there is no craft or any obstacle under the bow and inform to the bridge. And the second one is the master shall ensure that the vessel's GPS at the time of anchoring is near zero or indicates a slight sternway. And for number 3 is the speed should verified by visual transit and or a radar range, alpha marks if available, or other fixed conspicuous targets. So, anchoring conclusion. Knowing about the correct anchoring procedures and their limitations is one of the best way to avoid anchoring related for fatalities and damages. And that's all for my topic, sir. Thank you.
Tipay, and my topic is all about the forecastle. First is check the brakes and on and clear the voyage securing devices, anchor lashing, bow compress bar, etc. Number 2, start hydraulic source of power of windlasses. Number 3, check anchor shift light. 4, check communication with the bridge. 5, check lighting on the forecastle including torch at night time. And the last is ensure all the personnel wearing safety helmets, safety shoes, and safety goggles.
How to moor safely. Always wear the correct personal protective equipment, or what we call PPE, which is an important part of proper preparation in considering PPE is the last line of defense. Second is always consider whether you are in a snap, backstone, and never stand on either an open line or closed bight of line. Third is keep an eye out all members of the team. If you think they are in a unsafe position, alert them. All preparations need to be carried out calmly without rushing lead to strip and falls. Never lose sight of what is going around you and have an escape route from any likely danger. Second, always put an eye onto bollard or beats by holding the eye either on its side or by messenger line to avoid getting fingers trapped against the bollard if the line suddenly snap tight. Third, never have blindly on line when no one is watching what is happening at the other end. Fourth is never try to be heroic by jumping onto a line that is clearly running over the side and out of control, as you are likely to go overload with it. Fifth is never run more than one line around the far length shift, as the line shift through quickly and the shift is rarely only strong enough to take the load of a single line under tension. Sixth is never use an equipment that is obviously faulty. If you notice damage, then it should be reported an alternative arrangement for the mooring line use. Never let go of a mooring line under heavy load without determining first why the load is so heavy and then taking the proper precautions if it is must be let go.
So master identifies a suitable anchoring position before entering the anchorage area, conducts a planned approach including speed reduction in ample time and orienting the ship's head prior anchoring. Next is, once the ship is close to the anchorage area, crew is called to anchor a station. And the chief officer must supervise letting go or weighing the anchor and should only assign experienced crew members to anchor work. And lastly is, master decides on which method of anchoring to be used and the number of shackles depending on the depth of the water, expected weather, and holding ground.